You know, I'm just like, Jughead, I'm weird, I'm a weirdo, I don't fit in and I don't want to fit in and all that shit. I need help, so thank you. Hi guys! So it has been a hot minute since I made a YouTube. That is mainly because I've been really busy just with life, and if I'm being honest, I'm still really not good at talking to the camera or talking to people when there's no one here. Just because I'm not a super like confident person. I'm always like trying to make myself seem funny or trying to make myself seem like a certain way when I pull out a camera and start recording. So I don't feel super authentic. So I thought I'd make a more authentic video for you guys where I try to be as honest as I can be. Even though like nobody's watching, but I still thought I would just. I don't really know how to start this, but a lot of you guys are people who, like, the only people who watch my videos are people who I know in my everyday life. So you definitely probably already know this, but I just finished my second year at Laurier University. Like, I'm taking a year off next year. And that was not the easiest decision for me personally because I don't know, I like to work hard and I like hard work. And I don't consider myself a particularly lazy person, even though there are times when I have trouble, you know, getting out of bed like most people do. I don't know. I just feel like stupid for taking time off. I feel like an idiot. Yeah, I really don't know how to talk about this stuff, but I had a really difficult time with Laurier. Yeah, I didn't have a super amazing high school experience, so I was really excited to go to Laurier because it was a chance for me to kind of start fresh. I went in to Laurier majoring in film studies, and the whole reason that I went into film studies in the first place, sorry, I'm just bronzing my face now, was because there was this big internal conflict for me thinking about careers and what I wanted to do. With mixing what I'm passionate about and being able to be creative, because I think that I need fulfillment in life to be happy more than I need money, more than I need anything else. I need to be fulfilled. And I felt that if I was just going into an academic stream and losing my creativity and the stuff that I I can't speak, and the stuff I enjoy doing, that I won't be happy in the future. So going into film, I thought a possibility for me could be documentary film, because it would be a way to have social change and being creative at the same time. But throughout my first year, I kind of realized that just sticking in the film stream also wasn't making me happy. And like, though it was interesting, and I don't regret taking the film courses that I took, it just wasn't me. And so I switched to global studies, still minoring in film, so that I could learn more about international development and kind of figure things out with that stream. And that was a good decision. It was. I don't regret. You know, as I said earlier, I was really looking forward to a fresh start at Laurier, and that wasn't really what I got. That wasn't really what I got. I started off feeling really isolated, and I felt like I was kind of stuck in between switching to Laurier and missing home. So I went home pretty much every weekend. I was having a lot of trouble eating and sleeping, and it was just all in all not a good situation first year. Then I will tell you this story. This is something that I have talked about publicly before in a documentary for York. It's something that I thought maybe I would just share on my own as well. A lot of you probably know about this, but in first year, around Halloween time, I got a concussion, actually from taking out the recycling, which is a story for another day, but I got a concussion, and the doctor told me to stay in bed all weekend, to see maybe one person tops, to rest, not to watch anything, not to read anything, not to do anything that would strain myself or would make my concussion worse. Me being me, I don't like to be told that I'm sick or that I can't do something. So being told that I had to stay in bed all weekend when I had plans to do things that weekend did not sit very well with me, and I just blew off what the doctor said. I was like, whatever, I'm out of the hospital, I'm fine. It's just, I just hit my head on the corner of my shelf, like, I'm gonna be okay. So I drank that weekend, which was a really big mistake, and I do regret this, but I did drink that weekend with some friends, because I didn't want anything to stop me from having fun and doing what I wanted to do. So the day after I got my concussion, I went to a party and was drinking and was completely not myself. Because when you have like a brain injury, obviously alcohol affects it differently. So I was drinking less than I usually drink and got intoxicated more than I usually get intoxicated without realizing it, because I did not know the effects that it would have on me. So I was very out of it, and we went to a party, and I ended up having someone come back to my dorm with me, and I got sexually assaulted. Yeah, that was one of the hardest things that's ever happened to me, because I don't feel very comfortable in my body, like with myself in general. So I am not a very confident person. I had troubles before with just looking at myself in the mirror and being content. I've struggled with eating in the past. I've struggled with body issues just because I don't like myself. I don't like myself as personality-wise, and I didn't like myself physically either. So being assaulted was something that was very hard for me, because it takes a long time for me to let people in like that. And I didn't understand afterwards what had happened because I was so drunk and out of it. I just knew that I spent the entire night crying and I felt completely disgusting for so long. After that, I was really, really scared to go onto campus because I was terrified of seeing him. I wore my hood up the entire week after because I didn't want him to see me. I actually have not seen him at school since the assault happened. One of my friends did see him on campus and told me about it, and I had a complete panic attack. Anyways, I am getting help for that now, and I have been making strides towards getting better. It's just, that was something that had kind of fucked me up. And at that point, I had kind of considered taking some time off and not continuing at Laurier, and maybe just taking a semester off just to get my shit together and be mentally stable enough to go back. Even though at that point I didn't know it was assault, I just knew I was upset. And yeah, so I actually did go back, even though I was considering not going back. I went back the next year and the next semester, and I felt really isolated for all the rest of first year. So summer happened, and I took the summer off, just didn't take any online courses or anything. Saw my future roommates because we had plans to move in together a couple times over the summer, and it was nice, and I kind of got my mental health back on track a little bit, and I was like, okay, all of this shit happened to me in first year. I felt alone so much. I was so sad for so long. I actually considered going to the hospital at one point because I had thoughts about killing myself, and the wellness center, which is like our doctor's office at school, kind of told me, like, sucks to suck, we can't help you. And I felt really bad about it then, but I pushed all of that aside and was like, I'm gonna go back because I want to do this. I want to make this work. So this year I went in trying to be really positive, and I don't know if I can really talk about everything that happened this year, just because it involves people who I'm not exactly on good terms with, and I don't think, even though I'm not on good terms with them, I don't think it's fair for me to share their personal life on the internet. I don't think it's fair for me to share anybody's other than my own. So even though what happened to me second year, includes a lot of things that I can't talk about and a lot of people that I can't talk to you about, I'm gonna do my best to explain why I'm not going back. We all were very excited to live together, and then some drama happened, and it was not super comfortable of a situation for anybody for a long time. and we were all fighting. But all of the drama that happened to us this year, and even though I am on great terms with all of my roommates now, I can't go back. The thought of going back makes me so anxious. The thought of continuing there for 2 years, 3 years at a place where I have felt nothing but unaccepted. I felt weird, alone, sad, so much, more than I ever thought I would at a school. And you give me every step out of the book on how to make your situation better, and trust me, I fucking tried. I tried. But the thing is, it was so much more than just an assault. Just felt so isolated no matter what I did, and so alone. And I know people feel lonely a lot, but it's a certain kind of loneliness I think that I felt that made it unbearable for me to go on. I'm actually like getting kind of emotional talking about this, but I'm trying to keep a straight face. I ended up going to the hospital this year because my doctor thought that I was a threat to myself because I had an anxiety attack where I was thinking about killing myself. And I told this to my doctor because I was hoping she would refer me to somebody, but she sent me to the hospital, and yeah, she sent me to the hospital. I wish I could explain to you guys more about what happened this year, but I really can't. I just felt like every time I did anything, like I couldn't go out there. I know this is just a club thing, but it also just felt worse being in the place where you're assaulted, where you can't go out without getting groped by guys. Or there was a girl who kissed me without my consent on my bed at home, which obviously, well, not obviously, but it wasn't, I don't consider that assault or anything, but it did make me uncomfortable and it did give me flashbacks. And I felt like despite all the good things that did happen, like me having a better roommate situation, I need to take a step back. I don't know. I applied to another school. I applied to York University for Human Rights and Equity, and I actually did get in there, but I have decided not to go there in the fall either, just because I feel like going straight from Laurier to another school just kind of feels like I'm running away, and I think that was the hardest thing for me in deciding this. It was like York or Laurier. It didn't feel like there was any other option, and I just felt trapped. And I cannot do something I'm not confident on at this point because... So I decided that I'm going to take the year off and look into other schools and other programs and work and do online school and do this parliament thing that I volunteer for. I've never really had the courage to put myself first when it's been hard. I think I wasn't completely confident going in to any school after grade 12 because I wasn't completely sure of my path yet. Even though I feel like I'm failing, and even though I feel like I'm disappointing my parents who put so much time and money and effort into me being able to go to school, and it just feels like I'm letting them down, I'm letting my roommates down, I'm letting my friends down, and I'm letting myself down by not going back. And honestly, it's right now what I feel the most comfortable with, though. And I think that no matter what happens in the future, that I'm gonna have to need to go through this to be the person that I will become, because I need to figure out who that person is, and I can't do that pushing myself forward in an environment where so much has happened and where I don't feel safe anymore. So this is what I'm doing. Well, right now I'm actually adding more stuff to my face. I don't know what is next for me. I don't know if it's going to be a semester off. I don't know if it's going to be a year off. I just know that I can't continue the way things have been going. Yeah, I just thought I would talk about it because, I don't know, I feel like I'm never very honest on this channel, and I feel like I'm not very anything at all anymore. I've just always kind of felt like an outsider, a weirdo, a clown. Maybe that's probably gonna stay true because I don't know if I'll ever feel like I belong, because who really does feel like that? But I do think that I want to feel like I'm following my passions and I belong in the field that I'm doing. And that's the motherfucking tea on this. I'm gonna be adding some lipstick now just to finish off the look. In the meantime, maybe I'll get famous on YouTube or TikTok or something, and I won't have to worry about school, but I need a therapist, not a YouTube career. That's what I need. If you want to follow your dreams, follow your dreams. If you need to take a second to figure out what those dreams are, that is completely normal. If anything, that's healthy to understand yourself and understand what you need. I don't know. I have to live with myself for the rest of my life, so I might as well be happy with my actions and be happy with what I'm doing and how I'm treating myself as well as how I'm treating other people. Yeah, I don't know. My YouTube video is probably gonna go back to being normal, stupid stuff after this. Anyways, I hope you guys have a good night, and thank you for watching the video. If you love me, let me know. Thanks. Bye.
I've always been the kind of girl